All right, and it just keeps getting more interesting on Paramount. Let's give you the latest at this very moment, with the idea being things can always change. Of course, tonight you have the expiration of Skydance's exclusivity period of negotiation that it has been involved in over the last 30 days, in which it is trying to get to the finish line on this complex deal to take control of Paramount. They didn't quite get there. As I indicated earlier this week, Skydance, the Ellison Group, along with its partners Redbird, had been asked for a certain number and certain considerations. They felt like they met that, only to sort of still find that there was a gap, which they haven't addressed. And then yesterday we got news that, which of course I can confirm and give you more details on, that Sony and Apollo have submitted a bid for Paramount as well. Now it's non-binding, so to speak. It's an indication of interest, but it is very different, according to people familiar with the situation, than the previous letter that was received some time back from Apollo. Same number, $26 billion. Remember, we're talking about almost $15 billion in debt, so don't get overly excited and take $26 billion and divide it by the Paramount shares outstanding. It includes debt. But it is, what I am told, is a very serious offer, being taken quite seriously by the special committee that, of course, is running this entire process, the special committee of Paramount's board, and is going to be pursued as such. So tonight at midnight, in all likelihood, fully expected, the expiration of that period of the exclusivity period will come, and the special committee will undertake negotiations, still with Ellison if they want to keep going, but with Sony and Apollo. Now, that deal is not without its own serious considerations. By the way, price-wise, I'm being told, significant premium for the B holders and a double premium, so to speak, for Sherry Redstone and her A holdings, or for the A shareholders. Not quite certain as to where that comes, because the word significant can mean different things. I heard numbers as much as 40%, but frankly not sure what the unaffected stock price would be there. So don't jump to conclusions. Maybe you get to the high teens. I don't know. It does not include, as I'm told at this point, though it is considered quite serious, this bid, things like a reverse break fee that would perhaps account for some of the risk taken on in the 12 to 15 months that any Sony-Apollo deal would likely take to get approval from the antitrust authorities, from the Federal Communications Commission. Remember, it's a foreign buyer in Japan. There's stations that Apollo owns. So even though they already have FCC clearances, would they be able to continue to increase in the station front? So any number of complexity around that as well. But Jim, that's kind of where we stand right now. Sony Apollo now, again, and I want to stress this, very different. Night and day is what I'm hearing from what was that previous indication of interest from Apollo alone. In this case, obviously, Sony would be the larger investor in a purchase of all of Paramount and then integrating the studio with Sony. Apollo owns Legendary. Maybe that would get folded in there. And then you're off to the races. Will it all happen? Of course, that remains very much unclear. Will Ellison and Redbird come back yet again and try to mount something that meets whatever the hopes were for the special committee? Also unclear.
All right, so what do they see? Because we have every single day stories about linear not doing well. We know from when we talk about the NBA, the rights for things are out of control, and it's really only the Amazons of the world who won't dent their balance sheet.
Yep.
We don't have any sense about any change in cord cutting.
Yep.
So what do they see now that they want this?
It's a great question. I'm looking through my endless notes here to find, I think, what is the right thing. Listen, if you are Sony, for example, you're going to have an enormous opportunity to save costs. I mean, you've got a very valuable TV library. You've got some IP, but not as much, because, frankly, Skydance owns some of the more important IP in Mission Impossible and Maverick. But you do have some. You've got a library of great value in TV. You've got an opportunity to save enormous costs because, frankly, you can lay off a lot of people. Now, how that plays is yet another consideration.
Okay, so strategically, this is one of the few where it actually might be 2 + 2 is 5.
Yes.
Might be.
And so, you know,
Okay,
you would
that's
hope
very
to save
valuable.
as much as $1.5 billion to $2 billion, straighten out things on the streaming front, whatever that may mean, Jim,
very good.
and then you're off to the races
Great
potentially.
reporting.
But it's such a challenged industry that those kinds of questions are certainly the key ones, Jim.
Yeah, great reporting.